This episode of Coffee Combos Podcast is brought to you by Booking.com. Since 2010, they've helped over 1.8 billion vacation rental guests find places to stay. That's billion with a B. Head over to Booking.com and start your listing today. Get seen, get booked on Booking.com.
I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Good morning, kitty cat.
Good morning. I decided to wear a cat print for today's episode.
I decided to wear our kitty crew. I also have a koozie.
I also have coffee for Coffee Combos. The reason why I didn't wear merch today is because I have worn merch every single day for the past 2 weeks. And so I just needed a little...
You felt like it was becoming your whole personality.
It is. It is. You know what? All the merch that I have in my life right now is my whole personality. And so when we're talking about hyperfixations...
The hyperfixations are crazy, though. Like, I think about you all the time with that one Labubu that I have.
Wait, I gave you one, right? Did you want another one? Because I have extras.
Yeah.
You're like, yeah. I did show.
That people are getting, like, legitimate outfits, like paying a lot of money for, like, outfits to dress these Labubus.
No doubt.
Getting their ears pierced.
I painted on one of mine. I, like, put paint on her earrings and I painted her nails and I put a Prada outfit on her. And then another one that I gifted to someone, I put in a pumpkin suit and I gifted it for Halloween.
Very, very cute. Let me tell you about my hyperfixation right now. It's 2 things. Can you guess them?
Eye patches.
I mean, that's been a hyperfixation.
Okay. What? Reading?
My Kindle.
Okay, your Kindle. Okay, what are they? What are they?
Kindle and a candle.
Oh, Kindle and a candle. Oh my God, wait, that's a whole brand, Lindsie. You need a sticker where it's like Kindles and Candles. We could do a whole like little collab for Coffee Combos for a little insert Kindles and Candles. I love that.
So cute. So I have been reading Say You'll Remember Me.
Yes.
So
love it. It's so good. I didn't bring my book in, I don't think, but I just finished The Intruder by Frida McFadden, and I'm starting The Heartbreak Hotel, which came in my Book of the Month box.
So please tell me why I go to where I used to go and grab like drinks, which we know I'm not doing that anymore. So I go and just prop myself right up at the bar, order myself a kid's meal, some little boneless wings, a little side of broccoli, and have my Kindle. And I'm just there talking to the bartender about books. She had her Kindle too.
The bartender had her Kindle?
Yes, she did.
I want to go to that bar. I want to go to that bar because I'm not a drink. Do you think that we could open like a non-alcoholic bar where it's like you bring your Kindle and your candle and you just sit at a bar and you order any kind of drinks?
You know, that's a good business plan, honestly. And since we're celebrating 8 years, we need to do something.
I guess we're opening a business.
Kristen's like, the fuck you guys are.
She's like, we don't have a liquor license and y'all will never be approved for a liquor license.
Wait, do you remember those t-shirts, like those trashy ass t-shirts that said liquor in the front, poker in the back?
Wait, no, I have never seen that in my entire life.
So I know that Kristen will probably know about this because I'm pretty sure my brother got one from Myrtle Beach one time at like one of those, I don't know, like Wings or something shops. I think it's called like Wings. And it says liquor in the front, poker in the back.
But it's like lick her and poke her.
Yeah.
Waves. I've never heard of that.
Yeah. It's like, I used to get hermit crabs from Waves back in the day when I was a little kid.
Hermit crabs they actually live like 50 years. I don't know if you realize that. Like,
wait, what? Mine never lived longer than a week.
Yeah, because actually those shops are torturing them.
They are?
Yeah. They're like really inhumane and PETA should like go after them. But I follow this girl on TikTok and she takes like actual care of her hermit crabs. And I'm going to post a video or I'll send it to the team to post and I'll send it to you. Hermit crabs live like 50 years and they're very social creatures. And you have to have a saltwater pool and a freshwater pool in them. And they're omnivores, like they eat like meat and stuff. And like, you have to like have like this much sand in there for them to go under and molt. And then they come back out. Like, how we buy that.
I know all of this information.
Because I hyper fixated and I went down the hermit crab rabbit hole on, I think her name is Janie. Her name's Janie on TikTok. And she has an 80-gallon tank for her hermit crabs. And they live a long time. Like, I'm going to send you, hold on. We can keep talking, but I am going to send you.
Kristen's going to ask you about octopi next.
Oh my God. I have devastating news.
What?
What? Octopus at Kristen's birthday dinner.
Yeah, like calamari?
No.
Like
octopus was fried up and dropped on a plate, and there was fucking suction cups on the tentacles on a plate. And my son participated.
I mean,
no.
Where do we draw the line? Like,
octopi are so smart, and they are so, like, why would you look at a fucking octopus with 8 legs and you're like, yep, I'm gonna cook it and eat it? Why?
I mean, is it like the same as eating like lobster or oysters?
I just don't think it's the same. An octopus is so smart. Like, they can open a jar. Like, they can open the lid on a jar.
So you feel like they're more human-like creatures.
I shouldn't even eat chicken because they're as smart as toddlers. So, like, yeah, absolutely. And, like, cows have friends. Octopus are opening fucking jars underwater. Like, we don't deserve animals.
We absolutely do not deserve animals, which, by the way, I was following your Facebook yesterday, and I saw where you were trying to be a kind, giving person, and then somebody came and literally robbed you of 8 dozen eggs and all of your canned goods.
So I was crying on and off about the SNAP, people losing their SNAP benefits. I don't know if anyone knows. If they didn't read my book, that's fine. But I grew up with severe food insecurities. My mom struggled with her pride and filing to be on food stamps. So we were never consistently on them because I think she was embarrassed. And then she also wasn't consistently filling out paperwork for me to have free and reduced lunch. So some years I had it, some years I didn't. And once I hit middle school, my mom never filled out the paperwork ever again. So I was also going to school and not eating there either. Until high school, when Ariel's family fed me every day of the year in 9th grade. And so I say all this to say that it was really upsetting to me, to learn about people losing their SNAP benefits and like to think about like my kids eat snacks all day, right? Like, so I can't imagine like a child the twins' age or even Lincoln's age, like being hungry. Like, you cannot concentrate when you're hungry. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make my chicken eggs free for the rest of the year. We get a little over a dozen every single day. Well, I had a surplus because for whatever reason, towards the end of summer, the chickens were laying and producing a lot. So I had a surplus mainly in September, October. Had 8 dozen, put them in there, put a free sign out, stocked the egg stand with all these like shelf stable goods. And pop up, he had seen somebody pull up and he said, take a dozen eggs, take whatever else you need. And then he stood there on the porch, which is kind of far from the egg stand, but he watched the same one person clear out the entire egg stand, all 8 dozen eggs, all the canned goods, I put like stovetop stuffing mix, pasta, sauces, he took everything.
And I mean, I understand the person likely had a need, right?
Did they go for 96 eggs? Like 2 dozen, maybe.
No, I mean, I get that, but like sharing is caring, and they could have come back and got more at another time.
I agree.
It's turned you off from doing it because you know that the risk is there for one person to take everything that you put there.
It just made me sad because I was like, okay, if 4 families came and took 2 dozen eggs each, that's 4 families versus 1. Or 8 families that each get 1 dozen and a couple other items. Like, I want to help as many people as possible, but when you have one fucking asshole come clear out everything, it makes it hard. But I restocked the thing. Obviously, I'm not going to have as many eggs as I did, but I restocked it with like shelf stable items again because I'm like, that's not going to stop me from hopefully helping somebody else. But Jesus, like, why?
The SNAP benefits situation also sent me into a spiral I was crying on the phone with somebody the other day because I was just like, this is not political. This is like humanity.
Truly. It's just, it's like, but Miss Rachel, you know who Miss Rachel is?
Yeah.
She like got online, I guess on TikTok maybe, and said something about like, people are being intentionally starved. And she didn't realize that was going to be controversial because people are upset about how they use their food stamps. Well, I'm here to tell you that I pay a third of my income to taxes. And I don't give a fuck what people buy with their food stamps. And I don't give a fuck what people buy because that's the whole fucking point. Like, I do not give a shit if you buy your kid Oreos with food stamps. That shit doesn't bother me. I don't care.
It also does not bother me. And I didn't know that we were going to talk about this, but we also need to think about the children that are in foster care, and you have foster parents who are reliant on these types of programs. And it's already a bad situation. So, let's make it worse.
This episode of Coffee Combos Podcast is brought to you by Booking.com. I've got to say, if you're looking to grow your vacation rental business, this is the place to be. Booking.com is one of the most downloaded travel apps in the world, and for good reason. Since 2010, they've helped over 1.8 billion vacation rental guests find places to stay, and that's billion with a B.
But here's the thing. Most vacation rental hosts don't even realize that they can list their properties on Booking.com. And if you're not on the platform, your rental is basically invisible to millions of Booking.com travelers worldwide. After all, they can't book what they can't see, right?
But once you start listing on Booking.com, your property gets seen by a massive global audience of unique travelers. That means more visibility, more bookings, and more opportunity to accelerate the growth of your rental business.
And it couldn't be any easier. You can register your property in as little as 15 minutes, and nearly half of hosts get their first booking within a week.
So if your vacation rental isn't listed on Booking.com, it could be invisible to millions of travelers searching the platform. Don't miss out on consistent bookings and global reach. Head over to Booking.com and start your listing today. Get seen, get booked on Booking.com. I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love the fall. And with that comes more neutral colors, golds, browns, tans, all of the things. But one staple that I will never change is my mascara. You guys know that I've used Thrive Cosmetics mascara for forever. Every product is 100% vegan, cruelty-free, and made with clean, skin-loving ingredients that work with your skin, not against it. And they have more than just mascara, okay? They have all the things.
I love Thrive Cosmetics so much. That is something that you and I bonded over when we first started using the Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. If you guys have not tried it, you need to. It is a vegan tubing mascara with over 40,000 five-star reviews. It comes in 6 shades that last all day without clumping, smudging, or flaking. And it makes your lashes look extra long by wrapping around each lash from root to tip. It's so easy to remove. It's actually one of my favorite parts of it. It just slides right off with warm water without yanking your natural lashes. I also love the Brilliant Eye Brightener. I need to order some more. It is something that I use on my eyes every time I do my makeup. It is a waterproof eyeshadow highlighter stick made to brighten and open your eyes and gives your eyes a radiant look for any fall occasion. This is your sign to complete your fall look. Go to thrivecosmetics.com/coffee for an exclusive offer of 20% off your first order. That's Thrive Cosmetics, CAUSEMETICS.com/coffee.
Well, I think that people assume that people who have SNAP benefits do not work. And it's like, no, a lot of the families are working families that still can't make ends meet. But where do you want them to pull the money out of? Their ass to go back to school to get a job? And like, truly going to college is not going to get them very far unless they're going to be a doctor or a lawyer. So let's start there. I will say this too, Lindsie, in case you didn't know, I guess like the food banks, if you could donate like actual cash or checks, they have partnerships with vendors where they're able to get more for the cash than we are from like the grocery store. So I just want to call that out for anyone who's wondering, obviously start in your own pantry. If there's something in there, if there's things in there that you're not going to use, like donate them or like go buy, but also they do get more with our money to donate. They get more than we would.
My church just did a food drive, and I think it was only one day. It was like this past Sunday, and they collected a lot of canned goods and stuff that like will not go bad to be able to give back to the local people in our community. And they were just talking about how like every dollar counts, right? Like, don't think that just because you gave $5 and John down the way gave $100 that your money doesn't matter.
No, it does.
I think a lot of people just feel like, okay, well, I don't have enough to give, or because somebody else is giving so much more than me that like my dollar doesn't matter, but it does.
No, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. Like if someone would have given me $2 on a Monday when I was a kid, I would have got a whole meal.
So what was that like growing up? Your mom qualified, but it was like a pride situation.
Yeah. Some years, like I remember in elementary school, specifically in 4th grade, I remember like we had lunch tickets. And so like you had to fill out a thing and then your tickets were coded to like full price lunch, reduced price, or free. And so I think because my mom knew that, she was like embarrassed. So she wasn't consistent with filling out the paperwork. It also was dependent on who she was dating at the time. Like, if she had a boyfriend, like, I don't know if she didn't want the boyfriend to know. I don't really know. Some years I had free lunch. Some years I had reduced lunch, but some years I just didn't eat lunch at all because at that time when we were growing up, there wasn't like, I don't even know. Like, you can't just like go to maybe you could. And I never asked. I don't know. Like maybe they would offer kids that couldn't, I don't know. But today, like Lux and Creed, they can go get free lunch during the day and free breakfast.
Really?
And I just think about like growing up. But when I went to high school, my mom never, ever, ever gave me lunch money. Ever. I never had lunch money. The only way I ate was from Ariel's family giving her 10s and 20s every single day for school.
That's wild. I do remember our county, and I don't know if this was like a nationwide thing or not, but it was either during COVID or like shortly after COVID, school lunches were, I want to say, free for 2 years for all students.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the case anymore. I don't know whenever that went away. But I loved that. And then they also do this program for summertime where parents can come and pick up meals and stuff for their children during the summer. Like, so you go to the local school and they provide things like juices and milks and fruits and stuff like that.
I've never heard of that. I don't know if our school does it, but I told my kids all like, what's today? Tuesday? I started telling them on Sunday, take multiple snacks to school every day. And if someone asks you for a snack, give them your like an entire snack. Like I just worry because there are a lot of low income families like where we live. And so I don't want anyone to be embarrassed. And I keep asking them to remind them, like, what do you do if someone wants some of your snack? And he's like, just give, they're like, give one of, and Lincoln doesn't really like to bring a snack to school, but I said, I know if you don't want to eat it, that's fine. Just give it to one of your friends. And I don't really I don't care if they have a snack or not. You don't know what their situation is when they get home. Maybe they have a snack for school, but they don't have a snack for at home. Like, just give it to them, because I literally keep thinking about how like the twins specifically and Rio eat snacks all day fucking long. All day long. And like to think about a child not having the access to go in the pantry and pick out any fucking snack they want at any given time makes me so upset.
It's heartbreaking. Just, and I never want to shame Jackson in a situation to where like you should feel so fortunate that you're able to go into a pantry and get 5 snacks after school. Like I never want him to feel bad because I'm providing that for him. But at the same time, I do want him to have a level of awareness that like, this is not everybody.
Yeah. And I'm like, you don't talk about it with them. If they don't feel comfortable sharing, like don't ask them questions, just give them the snack. Like you don't even have to like the person. Just give them the fucking snack.
I might contact the school whenever we get off of our recordings and see if maybe I can do like a Sam's drop off for like Jackson's grade, for like the teachers, for them to have the extra snacks in the class, because I do know like Jackson's a little bit shy. I don't know if he would just like walk around offering a snack to somebody, but I could just provide it through the teacher.
That's smart. I didn't even think about that. I thought about pulling my camper to fucking Rofo up there by Acme at the grocery store and just using it as a food bank, but I don't know when I'll have the time.
You said just using the camper as a food bank.
I will. Well, because I'm like, how else am I going to cart? Like, I wonder if we could do that. You know what I mean? Because I would imagine that the food.
I just feel like so many people aren't having the conversations that need to be had. And I'm definitely having those conversations in my house. I just wish that it was easier or more easily accessible to be able to help people.
Yeah.
Programs and stuff like food banks and stuff make it kind of hard, like even to this point. And I don't know if it's just like an area thing for us, but make it really hard to even volunteer to give your time.
That's so interesting. I think about all the people that have like helped me. I remember I told you this before, but like walking across the street and Steve had this like little shop, this little like convenience store.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough money for the chips and it was just a few cents, but he was like, just take it. You know what I mean? Like just take it and, you know, pay me back later. And obviously I never did. But
do you feel like from your childhood that shaped the way that you view food?
Yeah, because when I did have access to food then, I like overindulged. Like I overate when I did have access to food. And I mean, you could ask my uncle's on TikTok and sometimes he comments on my stuff and it's so funny, but I'm like, y'all don't believe me, go ask him. He'll tell you that I was walking down the street, walking my happy ass right down to his house and say, hey, can y'all feed me?
So was it more like a binge eating because you like didn't have for so long prior to that meal?
I mean, obviously I'm not a therapist, but that's my guess. Like now that I look back and like, oh, when I was able to eat, I ate so much. My friend's parents were probably like, what the fuck?
Like, why does she eat that much? That's so crazy. No. Okay. So I have this rule in my house. It's kind of related, but like not really. If you are hungry enough for a meal, you need to ask me to like make a meal. Like I'll make a sandwich, dino nuggets, macaroni and cheese, something like that. Like a Totino's pizza, whatever. Don't go into the pantry and get 6 different snacks because that indicates to me that you need a whole meal.
Yeah, I would agree. But if your kid is anything like my children, Rio is protesting meals right now. And it's very hard because it's one of those things where it's like, okay, I don't want him to snack all day, but he's not eating his meals. And it's like, okay, what am I going to have to do? Like starve him for 2 days of snacks before he will actually be hungry enough to eat a full meal. But then I have the twins who just turned 2. When I tell you that the twins will eat any fucking thing, like they would have eaten the octopus if I would have put it in front of them. Valley will eat any fucking thing that you put in front of that girl.
Really?
Anything. It doesn't matter what it is. Valley and Verse will fuck it up.
Isn't it so crazy that you can have children in the same home, raised the same way, and that they're that different?
And then here we have Lincoln, the pickiest eater I have between him and Creed are my pickiest eaters, and now Rio, I guess. Lincoln doesn't eat anything. He probably has like a list of 5 things that he eats. Here he goes trying the fucking octopus. So please explain to me how you have the audacity to eat an octopus, but you won't eat real chicken that I breaded and put in the oven.
I think it probably has something to do with the thrill of the idea of knowing that it's something like so taboo.
I was disgusted. Like, have you ever seen an Octobuddy? Like those little phone things that you put on the back of your phone?
Yeah, this.
Somewhere. Yeah, that. Yeah. It looked like that on the plate.
Yeah, no. That's a no for me.
For me, it's like an octopus is so smart. How?
Like, why is it on a plate? You can't get over it.
Like that octopus probably felt you slicing its tentacles off, and I'm not okay. And I also read Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is going to be a movie. And once you read that book, there is no eating an octopus.
Okay, so do you remember back in the day when Walmart became a super center and they had like the lobsters like swimming around like in the tank?
Yeah.
And you could buy them to like cook them? Mm-hmm. I always thought that that was so inhumane. Like, yes, do I love lobster? Absolutely. Do I buy lobster from Sam's Club? Yes, I fucking do.
But you don't want to see it alive.
But I don't want to see it alive. And like people put those in pots and supposedly they make noise like when they're being cooked.
Oh.
And I don't know how much truth there is to it. I have never done one, but I would imagine that would be the case because if you're putting something live down in like a boiling pot of water.
Why are we boiling live lobsters?
Kristen says it's true.
But why are we boiling them alive? Why are we doing that?
Like, I don't know.
We cannot be so naive to believe that like as humans, we're not going to eat meat. Like in a perfect world, I'd go vegan, but like it's just not realistic for me.
Kristen said, maybe let's move on from killing the shit that we eat before I vomit.
Okay, fine. We can move on. This holiday season, give the gift that truly matters, which is health. We know your home is more than just a place. It's where your family gathers, grows, thrives, all of the things. And Branch Basics believes that creating a safe and healthy home is one of the most important things that you can do for the people you love. And if you didn't know, most conventional cleaning products are filled with harmful chemicals that can negatively impact your family's health. From the toxic fragrances to harsh disinfectants, these products can irritate skin, disrupt hormones, and even pollute the air inside your home without you even realizing it. Plus, the pollutants from these harmful cleaning products linger, which could lead to respiratory issues, headaches, and even long-term health risks.
I love the Branch Basics Starter Kit. It is a powerful plant and mineral-based solution designed to clean every room in your home from top to bottom without harmful chemicals. I use this all over my house with just one concentrate. You can use it for anything. So we're talking kitchen counters, bathroom tile, laundry, even washing your produce and makeup brushes. And because it's a refill system, each bottle comes out to just $2.13, making clean living surprisingly affordable. I have used Branch Basics for years now, and my cleaners absolutely love it. They're also using it in other homes that they clean now too.
You guys can get yourself and your loved ones the best gift of all, the gift of clean with Branch Basics. For a limited time only, our listeners get 15% off and free shipping on their premium starter pack when you use code COFFEE at branchbasics.com/coffee. That's 15% off your order at branchbasics.com/coffee with promo code COFFEE. Please support our show and let them know that we sent you. Get Branch Basics this holiday season because cleanliness matters. But I do need to tell you that I saw a TikTok last night and people were asking for us to touch on it on this episode, episode right here. DNA confirms Jack the Ripper's identity after 137 years, and it is not who everybody thought it was.
Wait, what? Back up. Give context.
I'm going to just let Kristen play this TikTok that I sent in our group chat.
Team found a living female line descendant of a suspect's sister and tested her. Again, it was a match. After 137 years, the science pointed to one man. And it's not who you think. It wasn't a prince. It wasn't a doctor. It wasn't a famous artist. His name was Aaron Kosminski. The name might not ring a bell, but to the police in 1888, it was at the top of their list. This wasn't a new suspect. This was the man they always thought it was. Aaron Kosminski was a Polish immigrant who had fled to London. He worked as a hairdresser in Whitechapel, the very heart of the terror. He was known to be mentally unwell, a man plagued by dark visions and violent rages. What many overlooked is that the top cops of the day practically shouted his name. Chief Constable Melville McNayton wrote a famous memo in 1894 that named Kosminski as a primary suspect. He described him as a man who had a strong homicidal tendency, but the most chill.
And so I thought that was really interesting because I wasn't really super familiar with Jack the Ripper, like the entire lore and like what he did. But Jack the Ripper, the name Jack the Ripper came from a letter sent to London newspaper in 1888, which was signed Jack the Ripper. And so he ended up killing 5 women. So between August 31st and November 9th, 1888, so we're talking about like the fucking 1800s, in London, he murdered 5 women that came to be referred to as Jack the Ripper murder cases. And so there's been so many like documentaries and all kinds of stuff. And so I get on TikTok last night and everyone's tagging us in it saying, can we please cover this? Which obviously we don't need to go in depth, but I just thought that was fascinating that it was the number one suspect that they had. They just couldn't prove it. And so finally they were able to prove it. But what can be done now?
Isn't that so crazy that 137 years later?
But like, this is
it's kind of giving like the ice cream shop. Did you watch the ice cream shop murders?
No, I don't know what that is.
It was these young girls that worked at an ice cream shop. There's a documentary on it. And they were assaulted. Panties were found, I think. The place was lit on fire. And they had these suspects, but they never could like technically prove anything. And then some of the 2 of the boys ended up going to prison, ended up getting out, And then I just saw something not too long ago that there was a DNA link or like match to someone that was not either of them.
Oh, interesting. So was there
Crazy?
Wait, so were the two suspects that went to prison, did they participate in it, or it was not them at all?
I don't know. I would venture to say they probably did participate just based off of the evidence that was presented that got them convicted in the first place. I don't know.
But don't you think it is so crazy if two people that are capable and willing to murder someone would cross paths?
What's so crazy is that we cross paths of people who do like heinous shit just out in the world, like at the airport or like at the grocery store.
The dots don't connect for me because I don't think that way. So like when I hear about like two people meeting and like going on a killing spree, like on these documentaries, on morbid podcasts and shit like that, I'm just like, how do you guys share this like common interest? Like it was hard enough for me to get involved in like the book world and find other people who were willing to read. Imagine if I had like an interest in killing people. How hard would it be for me to like share that interest with someone and then follow it through?
I just wonder when you see stuff like that, number one, how did they find each other?
That's what I'm saying.
Was it the interest of one, like if we're just talking about like two people that are doing these crimes together, like was one like the lead like person and they talked about it so much that the other person was like mentally ill enough to like go along with it?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's just so
how did it happen?
I hope that when Kohberger dies, they study his brain. Actually, I wish they would like scan it and shit now.
I wish that he was
but he was also alone. Like he didn't do it with somebody. I guess finding someone who like had a partner in crime and then scan their brains.
I wish that he would be donated to science like now. I know that sounds like really bad, but I need more information on like why he did what he did, and we'll probably never know. Speaking of like true crime stuff though, I just finished watching Monsters. Like I started watching it last weekend and then I finished it up this weekend. Mm-hmm. That was some crazy shit.
I have a soft spot for Ed Gein. I know that's an unpopular opinion.
You're the second person that's actually said that to me. Somebody said that to me last night and said that they developed a soft spot for him at the end of, what do you call it? Like the show, the series.
Yeah, it's my own belief. It's my own opinion that he was likely not born that way and that was developed. Whatever mental illness he suffered from, it's my opinion that he developed it from whatever traumatic events his mother and father inflicted on him. And I also don't love that they insinuated that he committed more crimes than he did and more murders than he did, because he didn't do it's never been proven that he killed his brother. No evidence of him killing the babysitter. Although I did read some controversial takes on the voice that was used for him in the Monster series. Mm-hmm. But I have never listened to the tapes. Someone did tell me about the tapes on Amazon Prime. I forget what it's called. There's like a series on Amazon Prime where it's like the actual tapes of his confessions and things like that. I want to go back and listen because I want to see what the voice sounds like, his voice.
Why are they saying that the voice doesn't like match up with what he actually sounded like?
Yeah, they were saying it was like an inaccurate situation.
I mean,
and then the girlfriend Adeline, in real life, the first interview that she did, she said that they had a romantic relationship for 20 years. And then immediately a week later, she does a second interview where she denies, and it was all platonic. She says it was all platonic. Well, I'm inclined to believe you the first time because you didn't know the hate that you were going to get. And you were being honest the first time is my guess.
Well, it kind of like touched on that a little bit in the press conference that was in the Monsters show. She definitely had some stuff going on mentally with her too.
The woman that they were like sort of like romanticizing, that was like killing all those people and making furniture out of the Jewish people that they killed during the Holocaust, she was real. Like she was a real person, and that was based on facts.
That's so crazy. Do we know if Ed Gein or Gain, whatever you said his name was the having sexual relations with a corpse, was that?
It was never proven that he had, he did not have, what is it, necrophilia? He didn't have that. It's never been proven. He's never admitted to anything like that. And that was not, and everything that I read, because like obviously went down a rabbit hole for a couple days after watching that. And there's no evidence that he actually had sex with a corpse.
Did it ever say, I don't remember it saying on the series, was his mom ever like tested or diagnosed with anything? Because I could imagine the amount of mental turmoil that you would go through if that was your mother.
I don't know that she was ever, I don't even think schizophrenia was like a thing at that time.
Like we didn't know about it?
Yeah, I think it was like not.
Because that's what I would say if, obviously we're not doctors, but after watching that, I would say that if it was a thing, that's what he would have been diagnosed with.
So it says that schizophrenia was first described in the late 19th century, around the word schizophrenia was coined by the Swiss psychiatrist. Although Wikipedia and AI are saying two different things, but they're both saying the 19th century. Ed Gein, let's see, 1906. So yeah, around that time, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I feel like I read something about schizophrenia not really being a thing at that time. I would be really curious to know like what they would have diagnosed his mom with. But
it's so odd. Like when I was watching it, like how she was so adamant about her boys not having girlfriends
and she wishes that Ed was a daughter. Like she was so upset because Ed was a boy and she wanted a girl. But then hating girls, I don't understand that part of it, because you would think that with the dad being a drunk and whatever, that she would hate men.
The only thing I could think that logically made sense to me was that she didn't want her boys to go through anything that she had gone through. And while they were boys, if they were going to choose to be with a woman, she didn't want to see that situation because the dad was so bad in her eyes. Like maybe that's where it came from, but it just didn't make sense to me. And I couldn't make sense of him with the bra and panties situation thing either.
Well, I think he was so obsessed with like bringing her back that I think it was like more of
that.
Yeah. But did you know that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on Ed Gein?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah, that was inspired by Ed Gein.
Oh, wow.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in on those you care about and to remind yourselves that we're not alone. As seasons change and days grow darker sooner, it can be a tough time for so many, myself included. This November, BetterHelp is encouraging everyone to reach out and check in on friends, reconnect with loved ones, and remind the people in your life that you're there. But just as it can take a little courage to send that message or grab coffee with someone that you haven't seen in a while, reaching out for therapy can feel just as difficult, but it is worth it. And I can attest to that. I've been in therapy consistently since 2019, only taking one pretty short break in the grand scheme of things, and I'm back in therapy twice a week right now. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US, and BetterHelp does the initial matching work for you so that you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and your preferences, and they have over 12 years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate, which means that they typically get it right the first time. But if you aren't super happy with your first match, you can switch to a therapist at any time for no additional cost. And BetterHelp has over 30,000 therapists, making BetterHelp one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally, and it works. They have an average rating of 4.9 out of 5 for a live session based on over 1.7 million client reviews. That's a huge deal. And this month, you don't want to wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/coffee. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/coffee. Also, did you know that chainsaws were actually invented to perform C-sections on women?
No, what? That's how they did C-sections like back when?
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine just the sound of that and your
just
body being? Could you imagine?
No, the sound alone freaks me out.
And we wonder why so many people died in childbirth. Like back then, they were just taking chainsaws to their stomachs.
Why were chainsaws invented?
Like, that doesn't even make sense to me.
It says chainsaws were originally invented in the late 18th century for medical purposes, specifically to assist with complicated childbirth by cutting through bone and cartilage more efficiently than a handsaw. So first, they were using a handsaw to perform C-sections. And then they were like, hold on, let's put a fucking battery pack in this bitch and just fucking rip her to shreds.
But how did they, if they were using a chainsaw, then how did they stitch them up?
If I had to guess, they probably died.
So they had a baby and then they passed away?
I think they were cutting the pubic bone. Kristen said, what bones were being cut? I believe it was the pubic bone, like where your vagina.
Way. I mean, think about like with a C-section today.
They were doing C-sections this way instead of horizontally.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder when that changed, when they stopped doing them that way, like when they stopped using chainsaws.
I mean, let's just get to the root cause of this was that this was all men's ideas. Like men did this. They were like, yeah, you know what? Let's use a handsaw to cut this baby out of her. And if she dies, we'll try to put a battery pack in a handsaw and then we'll cut them vertically. They were like, yeah, this is a great idea.
I mean, I just think of the amount of precision that takes place now, like in a C-section. How could you be precise at all with a fucking chainsaw? Like, how?
How did that sound go?
Is that what it sounds like? And it's like a moving belt.
No, I know, but like to think that you're just like, yep, let's just chop her up. Now I have my C-section scar when I had one was this big.
Wait, which kids did you have C-section? The twins?
Yeah.
And that's it?
That's it. That's the only C-section I had. And they were able to even just like move it down. But if it was a fucking chainsaw vertically, I would have had to live with that scar if I lived at all.
You wouldn't live. Like, you can't convince me. I would love to know people like in history books that survived being chainsawed.
How? No, they would have died by now, right?
Yeah, Kail, that would have been like in the 1900s.
Probably in the 1800s. I don't fucking know.
You said they'd be dead, right? Like,
my all fucking ancestors were like using chainsaws, you know?
I wonder at what point did like C-sections take the turn and they were like, okay, we're now going to use like a scalpel. Is that what they? Yeah.
I mean, they don't let you see. They don't let your partner even look over. Like, you're not supposed to look over the curtain at all. So I think it's a scalpel, but I don't know.
Like back in the day, why didn't people be like, oh, we should definitely come up with like a better alternative than just like gearing up this chainsaw?
My guess is it probably had something to do with the fact that only men had rights during that time. So it was like, oh, men will make the decisions and men will choose a chainsaw and a handsaw. And they were like, actually, we'll burn it closed with a lighter.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, I'm concerned.
I've been concerned since we started this conversation. Wait, can you tell everybody who's listening, because I have a lot to say about this, Lululemon registering the Lululemon.
Oh. You guys, I sent in the group text with Lindsie and Kristen. Lindsie has been a long lover of Lululemon, and I have nothing of Lululemon. I've never tried them. I don't even know if I've been to the store, but it was reported that Lululemon just trademarked the term Lululemon dupe to crack down on copycats. And I feel like we've talked about it, and so we don't have to go like too far into it, but part of me is like, well, you would be smarter to create a more affordable brand and put it under the same umbrella so that you could just collect the funds from all. Like, you would be so smart to like create a Lululemon dupe and it's literally the same thing but cheaper, but you're collecting the money, and then you still have the people who are like like name chasers, like brand name lovers, and collect the funds there too.
Like, I used to be, where I'm like, oh, I want like the Lululemon leggings and like the jacket and the activewear shirts and stuff like that, because it had like the Lululemon like label on it or like little sticker looking thing. I don't know at what point, like maybe when I decided that I was just going to be a Sandy Saver, I didn't care about it anymore. But now it's so weird because I was washing leggings literally yesterday. I washed them all like in one load of laundry. And I still keep going back to my Lululemon leggings.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I'm going to order, I was going to do a no buy November, which is like sort of like no shave November, but it's no buy November. I'm not buying shit in November.
You have participated in both.
But I mean, I have not shaved in a long time down there, so I'm kind of doing both. I am going to buy a pair of Lululemon leggings, and I have been wearing my Amazon leggings that come in a pack of 3 for probably a year now. I have always compared them to Lululemons because I love them so much, but I'm going to get a real pair. Actually, I'm going to order them right now.
I am probably going to go to Lululemon. Like, I love to go to the Lululemon store, and I don't really like to go to stores, but I need to feel like textures and I need to like see it with my eyes and my hands, you know,
Are
like
they true to size?
I would say true to, well, I'm in a size 4, so it's like European sizing.
For leggings?
Yeah.
I have to buy jeans with drawstrings. So what the fuck do I order?
I don't know. I would say, do you not have Lululemon?
Lindsie, I live in fucking Dover, Delaware.
I know. I've been there one time and I'm like, what is going on?
Mortified by the hotel options that we have here. Do you think we have Lululemon?
It's just a lot. And like, I still can't get over the Wawa. Like, the way you have hyped it up for so many years. And I'm just like, there's nothing.
Okay. Well, we'll go to a Circle K then.
A Circle K. We have those here.
Wait, where do you go?
Quick Trip.
Quick Trip. I need to go to a Quick Trip. I need to go to a racetrack. I need to go to a Quick Trip. I need to do all the things. Also, I don't know if you know this, but my dad's burial ceremony is this weekend.
Wait, so you're going to Texas again?
Yeah. I go to Texas on Thursday. When this episode is airing, I will be actively flying to Dallas.
How are you feeling?
I feel fine. If I'm being honest, I'm not in the mood to travel right now. I'm going through a lot mentally and I'm just like kind of drained. But my first cousin is flying in from North Carolina with her kids, and then my sister will be there. So I am, despite the circumstances, really excited to see my family, but I'm just out of the traveling mindset. Like when I'm traveling back to back to back to back, it's easier for me because it's like, that's what I know. When I go weeks and weeks and weeks beyond, like between trips, I have a harder time.
It's because you fold like into your regular daily routine at your house, and then you go and do like this one little trip where it's a couple of days and it throws you all off of your routine, and then you go back to your routine. It's so hard.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Cause I'm just like, there's like, for me to leave Delaware for several days is rough because of like all of the moving parts and all the kids and where they're going to be and who they're going to be with if it's not me. And, you know, with 2 of the dads living out of state, it's been a challenge. So I prefer to stay put now.
I'm going to stay put until the end of the year. And then that's when I am requesting that we're going to start recording in person come January.
I'm also down with that. I feel like I could get behind that. Just take the rest of the year to just chill. Let me tell you something. I have gone to Target a couple times in the last few weeks, which I am not a typical Target goer because it's on the other side of town. But every time that I've gone, the last, we'll say 2 or 3 times, my phone service goes out for like several hours. So I feel like we should do a class action lawsuit.
Wait, why is your phone going out?
No clue. And it won't work for several hours after I leave. You guys, we have been talking about saving money, and I'm talking about a no buy November right now because I have big financial goals, but I love hitting all of my financial goals with Rocket Money. If you guys don't know what Rocket Money is, it's a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower bills so that you can grow your savings. And I've talked about this for years. 3 years ago, I was able to put an in-ground pool in because I used Rocket Money to create a savings account for that specifically.
Rocket Money Money shows you all of your expenses in one place, including subscriptions that you forgot about. If you see a subscription that you no longer want, Rocket Money will help you cancel it. I love their dashboard because it lays out your total financial picture, including bill due dates and paydays, in a way that is easy to digest. You can even automatically create custom budgets based on your past spending. So if you've got a goal that you would like to save for, like Kail with her in-ground pool, Rocket Money can analyze your accounts to find the best time each month to put extra money aside. And one of my favorite features is Rocket Money will even try to negotiate lower bills for you. The app automatically scans your bills to find opportunities to save, and then it goes to work to get you better deals. They'll even talk to customer service so that you do not have to. Rocket Money has saved users over $2.5 billion, including over 800 million in canceled subscriptions alone. Their 10 million members save up to $740 a year when they use all of the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/coffeecombos today. That's rocketmoney.com/coffeecombos. rocketmoney.com/coffeecombos.
Okay, so how do we feel? Speaking of Target, I only ever post things that like I have personally purchased. I know a lot of people, or have seen a lot of people going into stores like Target and Dick's Sporting Goods and TJ Maxx and using commissionable links on products in the store. Like they're going through and using commissionable links for it. But like I didn't buy it.
Okay, so I just talked about this with someone.
You did?
Yeah. I watched a girl, a smaller, I guess like a micro influencer or something. And she was talking about how she makes content, and she was saying that she like goes into the dressing rooms and tries on the outfits and links them through commissionable links, but she might not buy them, but she tried it on.
How do we feel about it? Like people who are listening to this, are you wanting to see like all of the things, even if it's somebody like doing these try-ons and stuff like in the dressing rooms of these places, but it's not items that are like tried and true, or they've worn them and can actually give you a real review? Because if I'm going to be influenced by someone, it's not going to be influenced by that. Like I'm going to be influenced by somebody who's like, okay, well, I've worn these specific leggings for one whole year and I love them, and these are the reasons why I love them. Not somebody doing a Target try-on in a dressing room and not buying any of the items.
So Kristen said in the chat, it depends what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for styling, I don't care. I sort of have the same like viewpoint. Like I know these leggings that I have on right now, I've been wearing them for a year or longer, and I've repurchased like 2 or 3 packs of them just because I like to have black leggings. So I think it really depends. I personally wasn't offended. I thought that it was smart for her because it's like, okay, go in the dressing room with these items. I'm styling it. I'm showing you what it looks on this like mid-size or plus-size body, whatever. And then maybe she didn't have the funds to buy it. And then with the commissionable links and she's posting it, now she has the money to go buy it. And I also think it depends on the brand, right? Like if you are, American Eagle is something that I typically like their stuff, and I like the fabrics they use and things like that. So that to me would be worth it. If it's like Amazon fast fashion, Shein, TikTok shop, I'm going to be a little bit more wary about it. And that's going to piss me off because I don't think that all of those qualities are equal.
I don't know, maybe because I have tried to do like the underconsumption thing, I haven't been like totally successful with it. So I'm not going to act like I have, but if I am looking at stuff that I might like or would want to purchase, I don't want to see somebody take a whole bunch of stuff into a dressing room, do like styling of these items, link the stuff that they didn't purchase, and then there's no actual real review. Like I can go into Target just like that person did and look at the stuff. Like what value, I guess, are we getting from that?
Okay, for example, for me, like my body type is a little bit different than I would say like average. So like if I found a creator that had a similar body type as I have and they did that and I see how it fits on the person, I personally don't give a fuck if you bought it or not. I want to see if you have gapping in the back. I want to see if If you do this oversized shirt and you are not super big chested like I used to be, and I'm pretty average now, how are you wearing that oversized top to make it flattering to your body? So I personally wouldn't give a fuck at that point if you bought it or not. I want to see how it fits. But there are certain things that I feel like you have to own it. I want to know what the sustainability is.
And also just like with the economy, the way that it is, I just feel like I want to look at somebody's stuff and be like, okay, that is like a tried and true something, and they absolutely love it, and they gave me all the feedback on it, and that's why I'm going to spend my money.
Like I did a video this morning on this like little half sip that I bought. This is from TikTok, which I think can also be purchased on Amazon. And I literally said in the video, I don't love it. The quality is not great, and I probably wouldn't recommend it. But if you bought it, like, here's how I styled it kind of thing. I'm not recommending this to people. I'm going to link it in case you like it.
I would buy it from you because I feel like it is giving like credible. Like you bought it, you spent your money on it, you tried it, and you told everybody like, yes, I have it, but I would not recommend buying it.
Like, if you want the cheetah print, go ahead. If you have the perfect shoes you want to wear with it, go ahead. But am I recommending it because of the quality or the durability or the sustainability? No, this is going to be washed twice and probably fall apart.
And on that note, we have foul play.
My son is almost 4 months. However, our first night home from the hospital was a shitty one. In the hospital and in all the pregnancy Facebook groups, everyone was preaching, quote, don't stop your stool softeners, end quote. Whatever you do, don't stop your stool softeners. So I decided to listen and try to avoid learning the hard way. Well, that didn't pan out. As I'm doing a middle of the night feeding, just sitting in my rocker, passed down from my mom and was gifted to her by my great-great-grandfather, the shit just starts pouring out. And I mean, it won't stop coming. I'm nursing a 3-day-old baby. I just can't stop and clean up. So I have to sit in it until he's done and I can put him back in his bassinet. I didn't wake up his dad as I was exclusively nursing at that time. I finally got him back down and spent an entire hour cleaning myself. Not the reason I expected to need my upside down peri bottle, but I'm so happy I had it. Turns out they had already given me my dose of stool softeners before leaving the hospital that day. So we doubled my dose by accident. Thank God for the adult diaper. It kept everything contained while I finished nursing and saved the rocking chair that was passed down to me. P.S. This was then my boyfriend's favorite story to tell when people came to visit our baby. I know you both have a lot going on right now, so I'm hoping this brought a little laugh or two. Keep your heads up, and the kitty gang loves you guys. I'm fucking crying because that would be something that happens to me.
Okay. I do have to give this little story. When I had Jackson, one of the requirements for me to leave that hospital was to take a shit.
Yep. Told Kristen that the other day.
Well, I lied and said I shit.
Yeah, same.
Because I was not staying there any longer than I had already been there.
No. Matter of fact, if you need me to shit so bad, come suck it the fuck out of my ass because I'm getting up out of this bitch. Take me home.
I need to leave and I need to go home and I need to shower in my shower and I need to have my baby at my house.
Yep.
So I'm taking a stool softener and nothing's happening. Days later, nothing's happening. Please tell me why the first shit after birth was worse than the pain of giving birth.
Did it feel
like razor blades on my asshole?
Yes, literally yes. Oh my! It felt like my asshole was ripping.
Yes, and I do not why is that?
I don't know. I don't understand, especially because I don't know about you. Do you have to take stool softeners for several days before it ever does something to you?
Oh no, I had a recent incident where I hadn't shit in 7 days. Took a stool softener, and do you know that they now have have you ever had chewable Tums?
Mm-hmm.
The chew kind? They now have stool softeners that are chewable, and it tastes like candy. I took a couple of those, and I shit within probably 4 hours.
Well, I went to the GI doctor about 2 weeks ago, and she prescribed me things. I don't plan on taking those until I'm going to be home for several days because I don't know what will happen to me because I either don't shit for days at a time or I'm shitting myself. And so I can't take any of that until I know I'm going to be home for a while.
Kristen said, is your shit spiky or something?
No.
I don't know what it is. Like that first shit after giving birth, when I tell you this is no exaggeration, Will checked on me probably 10 times. I was in the bathroom for 3 hours. 3 hours.
Because it hurts.
It feels like a razor blade cutting through every crevice of your asshole.
Yep. Like someone is just slicing right up your crack.
But I did not experience the shit pouring out situation, and I'm really glad.
That sounds better than razor blades in my ass.
It absolutely does. And on that note, we have a special 8-year anniversary collection that is now available for all of you. We are so grateful for each and every one of you that has supported us along the way. You can find this special collection at coffeeconvospodcast.com. Thank you guys for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app. Follow and rate on Spotify or listen wherever you get your pods. For our latest merch, visit coffeeconvospodcast.com to shop. Full video episodes are available on Kail's Patreon at patreon.com/Kail Lowry. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope that you guys have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
This November, action is free on Pluto TV. Go on the run with Jack Reacher.
Every suspect was a train killer.
Then buckle up for Drive, World War Z.
Every human being we save is one less to fight.
And Charlie's Angels.
Damn, I hate to fly.
Launch into sci-fi adventure with The Fifth Element and laugh through the mayhem in Tropic Thunder.
What is going on here?
All the thrills, all for free. Pluto TV. Stream now. Pay never.
Is this thing on? I'm Caitlin Bristow, host of Off the Vine podcast, where I get real. Well, maybe a little too real sometimes, with my friends and celeb guests from Bachelor franchise and beyond. I'm talking guests like Jonathan Van Ness, Nikki Glazer, Wells Adams, Elise Myers,
just like in this like business jacket, like I would love some tacos.
Heidi D'Amelio, Big Brother's Taylor Hale.
I have to bring it up because it happened and we're going to get through it.
What'd I do?
And so many more. So come hang out with us, hear ridiculous confessions, and get a little vulnerable because you know what? We're all just floating on this weird little planet together. Follow, rate, and review Off the Vine podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts.